Jimmy Butler, he's a very interesting player to me.
He's like, oh, shoot, I don't know where to go with the ball because I haven't been able to think.
It was a great series. Game 4 was one of the best games I've ever watched in my entire life. Now LeBron's a 4-time champion, and Anthony Davis gets his first.
It's unacceptable. So happy when the Astros lost because it would definitely be a 2020 thing.
Yeah, I was impressed by their game. Braden Point, Andre Palat, Nikita Kucherov, that was the best line in the playoffs, no doubt.
Stay undefeated when they face the mighty Cowboys with Garrett Gilbert.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared Sandler, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. And Austin, you came so close with your prediction about it was a two-sided prediction. They had to win game 1, and then they had to win game 7, and they just didn't win game 7 as the Dodgers are back-to-back World Series champions.
Yeah, they are. And what a series. I heard a lot of people saying this is the best series they've ever seen. I disagree with that. I don't think it's the best series I've ever watched for MLB, but it's up there. It's easily top 5. It's going to be really hard for a series to pass 2016. If we're talking about our lifetime of watching baseball or my lifetime of watching baseball, I don't know. I think we kind of have to let the moment pass and not be just a prisoner of the moment when making those type of claims. But they definitely are up there with one of the best series I've ever watched. I think that this series came down to just grit, and while it just sucks how many extra guys that the Dodgers have. Because, I feel that there's going to be a lockout for the MLB sooner rather than later. I think it's 2027 winter meetings.
Yeah, let me look.
I think it's 2027 winter meetings are the next agreement has to be made with the Players Association, MLB, PA.
It says it ends, so it'd be 2027. The current CBA ends on December 1st, 2026.
Yeah, so this is 2027 winter meetings, yeah. Because winter meetings happen January, I think. But
yes, yeah.
So there's going to be a big conversation regarding, the amount of money I saw, Trey Yesovich, who gave up the home run to Max Muncy. He's pitched amazing over the season, over the playoffs. Even though he only had 3 starts during the regular season, he made $57,000 this year because of how few games he pitched in the regular season. While the pitchers for the Dodgers last night, as we're recording this, were Ohtani, who's making $700 million, Yamamoto, who's making $325 million. You have Glasnow, you have Snell, you have all these guys that are making so much money. Again, just a question has to be asked of is this too much? Is this too much? But it can't take away from the fact that they won and it was a great series. I think that it was one of the Blue Jays played in back-to-back, just amazing series. From the ALDS, were Seattle versus the Tigers, to the ALCS, Seattle versus Toronto, to the World Series, Toronto versus Dodgers. Those are 3 of the best series I've watched in a while. There's only been a couple that have come close to that, in my opinion, especially back-to-back rounds. But into the playoffs, people were talking about, the Dodgers aren't a super team. It doesn't change, again, their record because they have 5 MVPs on their team. And Yamamoto, amazing start to his career. He's only been in the league 2 years. He had a 2.49 ERA this year during the regular season. He now has a 1.5 career ERA in the World Series. He had a 1.02 ERA this playoffs. He's been remarkable. And, the Dodgers just have so many guys because Ohtani's going to be there another 8 years. Yamamoto's going to be there another 6 years, I think. It's going to be a long time until the Dodgers are not contenders. And this is a conversation we've had forever. But 2 years into the Ohtani contract, and they've already won 2. And give credit to the Toronto for fighting so valiantly, but there's no prizes for second place. It's just like TJ McConnell said. You get after Game 7, there's no award for second place. The winners are who is remembered. Sure, the Blue Jays fans will remember this series, and maybe people remember the series, but no one will remember this team as a winner. And it's unfortunate because they played like it. I thought Max Scherzer was pretty remarkable for a 41-year-old in Game 7, pitching as well as he did, 4 1/3 and only 1 earned run. And we'll do a video eventually or soon regarding what's next for the Blue Jays, but they have a good squad, and they have some question marks that have to be answered. But with Trey Estevez coming up, I think that they are going to have a solid team next year. But again, it's really hard to predict. MLB is really hard to predict. Last time Scherzer went to a World Series, it was the Nationals, and next year they were horrible. So it can turn on you quickly, but they'll remember this run, but it's all for naught.
Yes, they didn't win, but to me, it really, if you're looking at, yes, there are all valid points about this Dodgers team is insane from a roster construction level and just the money put into it to make it that good of a roster. It's not like you have a bunch of young guys on cheap contracts and a bunch of proven guys with big deals. No, it's a lot of proven guys with some young guys, but the proven guys, you mentioned 5 MVP candidates. A fantastic young pitcher in Yamamoto, who was really highly touted coming out of when he entered free agency for the MLB. But what makes it, and yeah, I don't want to go into comparison because comparison is the thief of joy, but it's also a lot of segments on sports shows. But it really makes it made for an exciting watch where I was really surprised the Blue Jays made it this far. They, of course, had a fantastic year this year, but it really was shocking the way it turned out for them. And to go toe for toe with a team like the Dodgers speaks a lot about how good your team is, just given how bad it was. And this went into extra innings twice. One being an 18-inning game, the Game 7 going 11 innings. And yeah, as you said, it really goes down to grit. However, there's a skill advantage with the Dodgers. And to me, it feels, yes, the Dodgers still won, but I take it as like a victory of a team can still, they're not going to cleanly win the Dodgers to me.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care if it's a clean win or not. They just want to win.
Yeah.
So, again, it's tough after these series. These are back-to-back brutal losses for two fan bases, and I'm referring to the Pacers now as well because they've not won ever, and the Blue Jays haven't won in 32 years, and it's been a while since either of those teams have been like hot and competitive ever since Jose Bautista left and then Paul George leaving the Pacers. And I compare these two teams because of how everything seems. It seems a destiny the entire time you're watching this team. It's just like, how is this team going to make it? And they make it, and in Game 7 I'm not as, obviously, if you remember me after the Pacers series, I was extremely angry because of, again, I hate injuries so much. At least there wasn't that here. I really thought this was going to be Bo Bichette's Kyle Schwarber moment. If you guys don't remember, Kyle Schwarber tore his ACL, came back for the World Series, and against him was the Cleveland Indians, and he hit a home run in that series and played amazing in that series after being out the entire time during the playoffs. That's exactly what Bo Bichette does here. 3-run homer. Let's get the guys going. And credit to him for coming back and being so competitive in this series. It's really hard after not hitting for 2 months. I mean, baseball's you have to be doing it. That's why they have so many games. You like to be consistent. You have to be there and continuing to see pitches and get at bats to stay competitive. But Bo played well, and it just, for them, it just sucks. And for the Dodgers, this is everything they could have hoped for. Clayton Kershaw goes out. This is the last time he pitched 0.1 innings in the World Series, but that's all he needed to because he helped them win that game, and it turned out to be the decisive game. If Kershaw gives up a hit right there, the Dodgers end up losing that game, and in turn, probably the World Series. So it's pretty remarkable how everything turns out, and I'm not shocked that the Dodgers won, but it's a brutal awakening for, again, a franchise that hasn't won in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, this exactly lives up to what the Dodgers did, which is paying a lot of money to Ohtani, and it's going to be money they feel in 20 years because they deferred a lot of that money. Well, most of that money. That I think he gets $1 million a year, but then that's
It's $2 million, I think.
2 million? Okay, 2 million. But a big chunk of that change is going to come later.
Yeah, I think it's $2 million for, I think it's 20 over 10 and then 680 over 10.
Yeah, 680. It's when that 680 is coming, they're going to look at, well, we got 2 straight. We'll see what happens next. But yeah, it's truly gutting for the Blue Jays because, yes, you went toe-to-toe with a heavyweight, but you just couldn't finish as they just had some guys. And yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens next year. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.